Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule, stop in and see what it is I'm up to. Excuse me, it is Thursday, the 6th of October, 2022. Going on 5 o'clock in the evening. 82 degrees Fahrenheit outside, 47% humidity, 28 degrees Celsius here in Jacksonville, Florida. It is crispy weather. I'm talking about the past couple of days. Some people love it. Other people are like, what? I mean, we went from summer to winter because it's 50 degrees at night and upper 70s, low 80s during the day. It's like January, December time. It does get a little colder in the winter. Stays a little colder during the day. But anyway. Man. So we're off to my daughter's house. I hadn't realized that her house guest is still there. Her friend lives down in Naples area, which of course has been pretty well hit by the storm. And what are they doing? So anyway, she's staying at my daughter's house. They went and got their camping trailer and have it set up and all that. So, mercy. This has been a problem for a lot of people. So, I don't know how long they're going to be there. Of course, I haven't talked to anybody. What kind of damage they have at their actual place. Did I turn this thing on? Okay, hopefully it's on. So, anyway. It is what it is. Life goes on, right? I was watching Jay Manziel last night, early this morning, whatever. He's an expat, brilliant guy. Created a bunch of different computer programs and electronic toys and stuff. Anyway, he moved to an island down in Panama, and he's built like his own boats and built his own house and whatnot. So he's got like, I don't know, 3 or 4 islands down. Anyway, that's not the point. The point was he was talking about like he doesn't have internet. And sometimes he misses it and he thinks he ought to get it back. He says, but you know how it is. When you have internet, you think, oh, I'm just going to get on here and check my YouTube, or I'm just going to get on here and check my Facebook, and I'm only going to be a minute. 6 hours later. Actually, I think he said 4 seconds to check email, and then 4 hours later. But it holds, and it's right. It's real. I mean, it's true. You get hooked on the interweb. It's so easy to get hooked on something. You don't even realize it. Especially like now with the shorts, and Facebook's got Reels, I guess. Instagram's got Reels. Excuse me. You click on one of those, and then it's just, you're simply scrolling. And you don't realize it. Those 15, 30 second, maybe a minute worth of short videos, you don't realize how many you've gone through, and suddenly, it's 2 hours later, and your eyeballs are like feeling like sandpaper. So, and I get it. That's, a lot of times I don't get anything done because I've gone in and checked the internet and then never gotten off the internet. So, if there just weren't so many channels that I was interested in, but even that, like, I can't watch everybody that I'm subscribed to all the time. There's only a couple of channels that I try to watch everything they put out, or almost everything they put out. Excuse me. A lot of times I'll just pop in, I'll check something quick, and if it looks interesting enough, then I'll click back in and watch the whole thing or what have you. And there's another guy, and I can't think of his name. He's an electronics repairman out of New York City who just moved to, I don't remember if he moved to Florida or Texas, but he moved to one of the free states. And he was talking about how people get paid. People think you make a ton of money off of YouTube. He says, I've got like, 1.5 million subscribers. He says, but you only make a percentage of a penny for each one of those views. And if they click through your, if they don't watch the ads, then you don't even get that hundredth of a cent or however much it turns out to be. So, basically, I guess if all 1.5 million subscribers watched his entire video and all the ads that were on it, he'd make like $10 or something, So I don't know how it works. I'm not monetized. I don't really know, but I think it's crazy how some shorts will, like really add up. I went in to check some of my analytics last night, and like just a short little thing of my brother Bob laughing as a clown. Happy Halloween. That's got like 5,000 views or something. It's ridiculous. Something that's that quick and easy, not even like spur of the moment type thing to get that many views. And they don't, as far as I know, shorts don't really pay much at all. Not that regular YouTube pays much at all, but anyway, I've got some of them are my videos are way up there, but they've been running for 4 or 5 years, so still it's kind of a warm and fuzzy when you look at things and realize, people have looked, this many people have checked out your work. Although when you look at the number of views and the amount of time that has been viewed, that's a different story. Average view time 12 minutes on a half-hour video, or something like that. Average view time 3 minutes. So I'm not doing something right, I guess, so I'm not holding people's interest. And these type videos, these ranting and ravings, driving and ranting or whatever, they don't really do all that well at all. Period. You know, I'm 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 ecstatic if I get over 70 views, 50 views for that matter, and not even caring how many people actually watched all the way through, or listened all the way through, or whatever. Because a couple of you have said that you put my babble on while you're doing something else, and if something catches your ear, you go back and listen again. I get that. I do that a lot too. But anyway, if you watched yesterday's video, I ran to all those different stores and ended up going to the Dollar General closest to me. I got there and found out that they're closed because they're remodeling. I didn't know that. And then I was talking to my brother today about a mask, and he talks about Dollar General. He's like, yeah, the one up right here is closed for remodeling. I was like, yeah, I found that out yesterday. I didn't know that. He said, well, they've been telling us for a couple of weeks. What do you mean telling us? Like, I go there occasionally, and it's not like the cashier says, oh, by the way, we're going to be closed for remodeling. I think maybe they have they might have had a note on the window. Who pays attention to that stuff? I mean, I don't. Because it's usually something stupid like, don't bring your backpack into the store, or put your backpack by the cashier. And it's like, no, if y'all don't trust me, I don't need to be shopping here. So, not that I carry a backpack all that often, but the same principle holds. Sometimes I've been tempted to go back out and grab my backpack just to be that guy. Where did I see that sign at? I think that was a Dollar Tree. One of them was like, don't wear a backpack in here. Yeah, right. So, I mean, I get it. People steal, but that's another thing. Who was I talking with yesterday? I don't remember. But we were talking about the crime nowadays in New York. And I was talking to my son the other night. There was a crime in Portland and Seattle and stuff like that. There's no real punishment for the crime. Like, there's places in California, if you steal less than $1,000, they don't even bother arresting you. So of course crime soared, and people were going in and just cleaning out the stores. Well, guess what? Those stores closed because they weren't making a profit. How can you make a profit when you buy something and it gets stolen and you don't make any money? So you get your turn signal on, I guess you don't need to come over. Oh man, I probably shouldn't have come this way. Whole ton of traffic coming on up here. Must be the time of day. So yeah, that's just the way of the world. I know I wouldn't stay open if every time I stocked the shelves, everything got stolen. I wouldn't bother restocking the shelves one time, let alone 3 or 4 times, then deciding I was going to move. So now people are complaining, oh, we don't have a pharmacy to do this, and we don't have a supermarket to do that, and you know there's no department stores around to go shopping at. Well, guess what? There's a reason for that. Can you figure it out? I don't know. I consider myself lucky to be where I'm at. We moved down here 30 years ago, close to 30 years ago, 26, maybe. I don't know. Basically, back when New Jersey decided they were going to tax toilet paper and paper towels and a bunch of other stuff. And I'd had my accidents and really couldn't deal with the cold anymore, especially after the last accident at the racetrack, where I got all that metal in my face now. So we decided to come down here, and it's a whole lot better down here. At that point in time, everything was cheaper. Insurance, like my car insurance, was a quarter of what I was paying in New Jersey, if not less. Of course, we were making about half of what we made in New Jersey as well. But the cost of living down here was cheaper. It still is to some degree. But nowadays, I mean, Florida's been one of those places where we haven't worn a mask since like the first couple of months or something. And even then it was kind of, well, you don't have to, but we would like you to. It wasn't enforced. Some places tried to enforce it, and they quickly learned, people aren't going to come in here. So, there's all kinds of stuff along those lines. But I don't know if that's political. I guess it is kind of political, but it's the reality of life here in Florida. We aren't as restricted as other parts of the country. And then there's other aspects where we are restricted, but even that's not all that bad. Like, I'm still, like, they closed almost all the free beach accesses, or if they didn't close them down completely, then they close it at dark, so may as well be closed completely. For me, that's my favorite time to be down there at those places. But oh well. Let's see. I got a couple of my projects started last night. I talked about maybe corpsifying the rat, and then I got home and sat the rat and the bat out and just started using spray paint. Basically green, a couple different greens, a yellow, just to make it a little different. I'm not sure if I'm done yet, but then I had that big curtain, Halloween themed backdrop for photography, and I was going to string a rope from my porch and out around the tree, and didn't like the way that was going, so I rigged up some boards, and I kind of liked the way that worked out. So It's kind of temporary at the moment, but it's also working, so I don't know if I really need to redo it or not. Probably let it stand, and if it falls apart because of wind, then I'll redo it. It's not like it's going to hurt anything. It's some wooden fence pieces and a piece of cloth, right? So it's not like it's going to fall and shatter. And there's nothing in its way if it does fall. So, yeah. I did. I got into like some stuff that's over my bed, on the loft part of the bed, and I was in there looking for some supplies. Got a couple boxes down, got them put back up again, and later on I was tucked down into bed watching the videos, and the washer started doing its dance. I had it a little bit unbalanced, and the whole house started vibrating, I guess, a little bit, and one of those boxes came crashing down. Luckily, it was a small box. Didn't take me long to pick it back up again. But, yeehaw, it startled the heck out of me. Anyway. Just thinking also about, I bought basically a cookie jar or a candy jar, plastic container, when I bought the big rat. I was thinking I was going to put it in there, but after I kind of got it set up last night, it looked good in the store, but after I set it up, I was like, I don't really like that at all. So I may go back and buy another one of the a couple more of the little wire cages that I had for the bat, and set that up as well. But we'll see. Anyway, this is the last real turn, people, so I appreciate y'all coming along for the ride. Those of you that hung around and listened to me babble and rant and think things through. But let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs down or thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around any social media, that'd be fandoculous. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I'll see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. Sláinte, y'all. Bye-bye.